Finally, Apple's co-founder will clean up space junk from SpaceX. Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple, wants to clean up space. He wants to make space a better place. Steve Wozniak announced his plan to start a new space company on Twitter earlier this year. Privateer Space launched a website and teaser trailer, but research shows it will be focused on space debris cleanup. How will this plan move forward? Let's take a look. Steve wants to find a solution to a significant problem with humanity's growing presence in space. Satellite developers are taking advantage of the increased availability of rocket flights provided by businesses like SpaceX and Rocket Lab to launch more advancements than ever before. If humanity wishes to continue expanding into space, it may need to reconsider its approach. Space is getting full. A few years back, around 1,700 operational satellites were in orbit, but now that number has reached 4,000. So guys, you can see there is so much increase. Technology advances at the same rate as the world. The Starlink constellation, intended to offer internet access, will deploy up to 42,000 satellites. Now that is a considerable number. All of these may result in space collisions. Over the previous 9 months, the International Space Station is believed to have had to move 3 times to avoid debris. It has the potential to become a huge global concern. The chance that objects in Earth's orbit crash, breaking up into smaller pieces and then collide again in a cascading effect, is very likely. Now, how to clear the debris? That is a crucial question. According to Steve, they can fly the Starship around space and use the sliding fairing door to gather junk. Although the notion is simple in theory, putting it into practice is incredibly complex. A fairing door is a feature on starships that can open once the vehicle enters orbit. The Starship can then launch spacecraft, and the fairing door will automatically close before returning to Earth. Those identical doors would open up to remove space debris, allow space garbage to be kept in the cargo hold, and carried back down to the surface. Another possibility is to relocate the debris to a lower orbit, where it will naturally decay. Currently, these starships are expected to go after significant bits of debris, broken satellites, and even unused rocket parts, according to reports. Smaller chunks of space junk may not be worth the cost of a full-fledged spaceship mission. Smaller particles of trash are also more challenging to track, making cutting them even more difficult. Until someone invents an inexpensive way to suck hundreds of little detritus through the fairing door, that is. However, this isn't the first time this notion has been discussed. In 2020, the president of SpaceX stated that a Starship might one day roam Earth's orbit, gathering space trash and storing it in the cargo base. It won't be easy. Over 750,000 objects more significant than 1 meter are thought to be orbiting Earth. Let's face it, the age of commercial spaceflight has just begun. We all have recently seen Jeff Bezos being in space, and also our Captain Kirk, William Shatner, becoming the oldest person to reach space. If we exclude the tiniest bits of debris, we're left with still 29,000 pieces of debris larger than 10 centimeters, which are more likely to be the focus of any salvage missions. If we do nothing, the chances of significant accidents will increase as more and more items whirl around the Earth at incredible speeds. A collision between 2 big objects traveling at tens of thousands of kilometers per hour will shatter each other and create thousands of new bits of debris that will explode in all directions. After that, these objects may crash with other things, resulting in even more waste. So you're left with a ring of space debris around the Earth that not only makes space travel more challenging, but also makes it impossible for astronauts to see the night sky clearly. The Kessler syndrome is the very worst case scenario. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, we'll explain it to you. It has the potential to become a significant international issue. Donald Kessler is most known for coining the phrase Kessler syndrome. His theory was that if there was enough trash in orbit to allow one collision to induce another, the cascade chain of junk slamming into one another might occur. It has the potential to make orbital missions and space travel too risky for future generations. At present, the prospects of this happening are pretty slim. However, it is something that corporations like SpaceX will consider. One clear thing is that launching a Starship to bring back a few pieces of debris sounds tremendously expensive. But if we get genuinely futuristic, we can see the potential for something spectacular. If SpaceX, another corporation, or perhaps a country, is serious about solving the space problem, they might create a recycling space station. In this manner, you could have numerous starships orbiting the Earth and gathering debris, and then they could dump at the recycling station after they were through. Waste from various starships could be loaded onto a different starship. The spacecraft would be the one that returns to Earth with the trash. By doing it this way, there would be far fewer missions required to get from Earth to orbit, saving money.